Not again!
Why?
Fire?
AFOL.Productions video. I'm Lou, and I'm happy to have you here. Before we get underway, I just want to say a quick thank you to my mom who helped us out with that sketch. She really enjoyed herself with throwing the water on me. So much so, it took 10 takes just to get it right. So thanks, Mom. Appreciate you. But today, my friends, we're going to be reviewing set number 10197, and that's the Fire Brigade from LEGO's modular line. Now, for those of you that don't know, the modular line is one of LEGO's most important and influential lines that they have. It is something that started back in 2007 with the very first set in the line, which was the Cafe Corner. Now, I know some of you out there are saying, but Lou, the first set was the Market Street set, and I would look at you and say, you're wrong. I have opinions about that, why that shouldn't be included as part of the modular line, and we'll get into that at another review down the road, because believe me, I have words. So, I digress. Today, though, it's about the third set in the line, which is the Fire Brigade. Now, the reason it's called the modular line is because each of the buildings that have been released every year since 2007 are interchangeable. They are in and of themselves a very nice display piece, but when you take the buildings from different years or different time periods, they fit together to make a bigger whole, hence it being modular. Plus the buildings themselves have individual floors that you can move around, tell a different story with in the individual buildings. But I think the thing for me that draws me to the line is the fact that it's the storytelling. And as you can see here, you can see some of them behind me, this is all part of the modular line. So you can build it, use your imagination to do whatever you want to make the city and story that you want. But today, like I said, it's all about the Fire Brigade, set number 10197. This came out in September of 2009 and has a total of 2,231 pieces. Now, when this first came out, it was only going for $149.99, so $150. But today, sealed in box, it's going for roughly about $650. So that's about a 250% increase from the original sticker price. Amazing. And what LEGO does, because the price has gone up, is that, like everything LEGO does, they retire their sets. So this set was retired in 2013. So they're not on shelves forever, and if you don't get it while you can, you kind of miss out. But with this set in particular, because this is one of the older ones in the line, this is the third in the line, I've only seen this set once in person. I've never had a chance to build it, and I am super excited to have it here today. Thank you to my friends over at Bricks and Minifigs at Crest Hill. They were the ones that kind of helped me in obtaining this, so really appreciate it, guys. The box itself, now normally when I do the review, I would review the box with the artwork and the design and everything else. But unfortunately, this set had the box damaged. So there's no box to review per se, except for a brown cardboard box. So my review it's a brown cardboard box. This YouTube stuff is really easy. But inside the box is all sealed bags and mint condition instructions. And let's be honest, it's not what's on the outside that counts, it's what's on the inside that matters. So we're going to build this set today give you a full review, but we're going to start off with a full inventory. So let's take a look on the inside. And here is the entire inventory unboxed. We have a total of 19 bags, 2 instruction manuals, both book 1 and book 2 are about 80 pages each. But the big standout here is there's no one large 32 by 32 base plate. They have the older version here, back here, which is the 16 by 32. And I'm glad they changed it because that helps with stability. The other thing we'll notice is that there are bags here that are just labeled with the number 1, and they are specifically to correspond with book 1, and then obviously the ones labeled 2 are to correspond with book 2, as opposed to the more recent versions where it's one manual, several different numbered bags, and more organized. So let's get to the fun part. Let's start building. And here it is in all its completed glory, the Fire Brigade. From the top of the spire to the bottom of the ground, it's a total of 16.5 inches. And from side to side, it's a total of 10.5 inches. And from back to front is also 10.5 inches. The entire building itself is just under 6 pounds, and it took a total of about 14.5 hours to complete the build. But those are just the stats. In order to understand and appreciate it, let's go in a little bit closer and take a look at some of the detail. And first off, we're going to start with the minifigs. We've got 5 minifigs total. Yes, I'm including the dog in here as the minifig. You've got 3 firefighters and 1 civilian. These are the older generation figs, but what I do appreciate here and can start to see is that LEGO is initiating the prints, the very detailed prints that as they progress into the future will start being more and more on the arms, on the legs, on the back, but this is a very nice start for it. In the past, they used to be like the civilian here, just nothing. The other thing I really appreciate about this is going forward in the future, the faces will now, LEGO will start to give them more expressions and everything else, but the humor behind the fact that these are firefighters and the same face that they have when they're just sitting in the firehouse is the same smiley face they have when they're charging into a 5-alarm fire. So I love that. Then next up we have the actual fire truck itself here. It's a nice old style, old-fashioned fire truck. As you can see, we'll just turn it around here. We've got some hoses on the side, and it is a pretty nice build overall. And it fits all. You can fit all 3 of the firefighters in here. You got 2 that can sit down, and then 1 that would fit in the back here. But yeah, it's a very nice little build and definitely complements the set as a whole. Now let's take a look at the actual building itself. And here is the Fire Brigade itself. Some of the things I really like about this set, they have the chrome here on the hats and on the bell, plus on the inside there's some more chrome items. This is also an early stage where LEGO started to use chrome to really just make things pop. I love the bell on top because it actually swings. The flag here on the outside, a buildable flag to make something of fabric out of a solid is very impressive. The technique they used in here, really simple but very effective. The other thing is I genuinely love the numbers. Each year they've progressed forward. They've gotten better with numbering and lettering, and this technique is just fantastic. The other thing I really appreciate is the old style build of the bricks themselves. LEGO nowadays has bricks that are molded to look like red bricks. So you just kind of stack them and put them in order and it looks nice. Here in the older days, you actually had to build and design the facade to look like bricks, taking one piece at a time. The other thing that I like here is the actual garage itself is a very smooth opening mechanism and allows for the fire engine to come right out here, as you can see. And it also has the reverse in the back here, so you've got these little doors that swing open to bring the fire engine through the garage itself. So let's take a quick look on the inside. And here is what's on the first floor. Pretty sparse compared to what you're going to see next, but it is a garage, so you've got some equipment over there where they can fix and repair the truck with, and then some other equipment over here, and of course the always present sliding pole in case of an emergency, which is really nice. But that's the first floor. As you can see, the steps are going up. Old-fashioned design on the steps. And now let's take a look at the second floor. And here is the second floor. Obviously a lot more going on up here. You can see we've got a little ping pong table right here for the firefighters to relax with, a couch area, the rest of the fire pole here, a full working kitchen in the corner, because you know they got to eat and cook, and refrigerator there, plus some very nice window spaces. The other thing that I appreciate here is they use the front grille of the fire truck as the actual air conditioning units in the second floor. And now we'll take a quick look on the last level, which is the roof. And here is the roof. As I said, one of my favorite features here is the bell on top, made with some chrome bricks, plus the actual casing of the bell itself is a beautiful mold that they no longer make. And the other highlight here definitely is the number building that they have here on the side. I'm going to try to get around here. You can actually see it's a lot of Technic pieces that are put together, strung together to actually make the number show up as it does on the front. So pretty simple rooftop, but very, very pretty looking. Well, everybody, that's everything except for the most important part, my official review. Because, well, it's on the internet, I gotta have an opinion. With the set, there was definitely pros and cons. For cons, it was a little bit unorganized as far as like the bags and the instructions and how everything was supposed to be put out. And also the bottom floor was a little bit too blank. Not a lot going on there. They could have added some more storytelling features or just zhoosh it up a little bit. But in the pros section, I can unequivocally say this was a fun set to build. Once I got into it, started moving. Also, it reminded me that how great some of the older techniques are in building. For instance, the numbers and the flag. Just because they're old doesn't mean they're antiquated. They still work really well. So, on a scale from 1 to 10 bricks, I'm giving this set a solid 8 bricks. Not the worst set I've ever had, but not exactly the best set. But it is great all around. If you get a chance to get one, highly recommend it. And I'm going to say this, I'm kind of happy it's now part of my collection. So that's it, my friends. Thank you so much for sticking around with us and watching, and hopefully you had a good time. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. That would be amazing. If you didn't have a good time, we're Mega Blocks. Also, please hit that subscribe button. We've got a lot of new reviews coming down the pipeline. Plus, we have a special event coming up, an actual live build of the Daily Bugle set that's coming from Marvel and Lego. And we're going to be having some special guests joining us to do the build. So as always, thank you again. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep on building. See you next time.